let me tell you a story that has solidified in my mind how your SP has to conform to your thoughts. Now, many of you may have heard this story before, which is why I'm also going to flesh this out with another couple of little ones after the main story. When Katie and I were having our issues way back when during the breakup, or just before the breakup, one of the things that was happening was I was constantly reaffirming to myself how we were not compatible. Then, lo and behold, the issues caused the breakup, and on the time of us breaking up, Katie literally said to me, "I don't see that we're compatible." Now, that in and of itself is like, whatever. You know, we were having issues, it would have been very easy for her to come to her own conclusion that we were not compatible, and therefore you could argue that it wasn't my thoughts making that the case. However, when I was broken up with Katie, went no contact. During that period of no contact, the lack of compatibility thing was something that really irked me. Not only the fact that I kept saying it, but also the fact that she repeated it herself. And as many of you may know, one of my main affirmations was Katie believes that we are compatible, and the other one was that we are in fact compatible. On the day that Katie and I reconciled, I missed her phone call, called her back, and she said that she wanted to talk about some things. Let's meet up. So we met up, and one of the first few things that she said, once I'd said, what made you change your mind, was that she realized that we were in fact compatible. Now, I was the one doing the manifesting. Therefore, it would have been very easy for me to change my mind. You know when you get broken up with and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, things are different, it's amazing, blah, 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 blah. But as she was the other end of it, the one doing the breakup, for her to do that complete 180 to say, actually, in fact, we're compatible, is a lot more difficult for me to believe. Therefore, that event solidified in my mind that your specific person has to conform, assuming you are staying consistent with the affirmations, the visuals, or whatever it is that you are trying to do. I kept telling myself we were incompatible. She then reflects that to me. She then conforms to that version. I then start telling myself that we are in fact compatible. She then turns around and reflects that to me. She conformed on both ends of the spectrum. Now, there are other examples that I could give you as well. Let's say, for example, the time way before Katie and I met, when I was talking to someone casually, wasn't particularly interested, but she had made it very clear in the conversations she was not looking to be in a relationship, which at that time was absolutely fine by me because I didn't either. But we were casually chatting, and when I stopped talking to this person, I remember saying to myself, as soon as I get a girlfriend, she's going to do a complete 180 and say that she wants to be with me. Well, lo and behold, that happened, and Katie can actually back this up, kinda. But we stopped talking for a few months. Katie and I met, dated, got together, and then this person randomly popped back up into my life. And I said to them, look, I'm not interested, I have a girlfriend now. And she made this whole spiel about how I would never make her my girlfriend and blah, 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 blah. She actually got quite irritated about it. But the main issue about that, or the main thing to take away from that, was she conformed to my story. Once I get a girlfriend, you are going to come back wanting to be my girlfriend. The entire time that we were talking, she was adamant she would never want to be in a relationship with anyone. It wasn't what she was looking for, yada, yada, yada. As soon as I get a girlfriend, she then comes back piping up with that. Now, the funny thing is our talking stage wasn't actually that extensive at all. So much so that in my sort of 3D human opinion, for her to want to be my girlfriend with the amount that we spoke would have been moving way too fast. But because of my story, she conformed. Once I get a girlfriend, you're going to come back wanting to be my girlfriend. That is the story that I sort of said. Admittedly, mainly through ego. It was more of one of those, oh, well, once I don't want you, that's when you're going to be begging for me, that kind of shit. But it happened. And to me, it happened way too fast for me to have wanted to be with her in the first place, which again shows me that your specific person has to conform to you. But why is that then? Now that I got this sort of giving you some stories of my examples, and I have tons that I could go into, but obviously I don't want to make this video too long. Why do your specific people have to conform to you? Well, as I've mentioned in many of my videos, you are the operant power of your reality. What you think, what you assume to be true, will become true. So, based on that then, considering that you are the operant power of your reality, what you think and feel and assume to be true will become true. Anything that you think, feel and assume to be true must come into fruition, including how you think regarding a person, how you think they're thinking, how you feel they're thinking, what you assume to be true about them. Your specific person is simply following a script that you have passed on to your subconscious mind through repetition of thought, which it then gets to work pushing out there for you to experience. Due to this, assuming you write the correct script, you reread it over and over and over again to rehearse your lines, your subconscious mind is going to have that story impressed, and everything that is involved in said story must play out to match that script. Meaning, your specific person has to conform because the script that you have provided tells them to do so. Now, you have instances in your life right now where they may be conforming to the wrong story, but they are still conforming to your story nonetheless. It may not be the one that you want, but it would have been the one that you were dominantly residing in at some point in time, making it happen. You can do the exact same thing for what you want by just taking that story, flipping it, and telling yourself a new one. Telling yourself that you're in the relationship of your dreams. Telling yourself that your specific person just absolutely adores being with you. Telling yourself that this relationship is the best that you and your specific person have ever had, and they will conform to it. Telling yourself that they're in consistent, loving communication with you, and your specific person has to conform, because that is the script that you are feeding yourself. Now, if you need even more evidence to back this up, consider anything that you have manifested thus far. Jobs. People have to conform. Your manager has to conform to provide you the job. Houses. Estate agents have to conform in order to provide you the house. Old friends popping up after you've been working on your self-concept. They have to conform to make it happen. Every single manifestation that you have ever had would have involved specific people conforming. It may not necessarily be your specific romantic interest, but there would be specific people that needed to conform in order to make it happen. Even random sums of money. Someone would have had to pass that money on to you. Someone would have had to have processed the refund. Someone would have had to have found that money on the floor or dropped that money on the floor or whatever it is. In order for you to manifest anything, specific people have to conform to make it happen. Therefore, there is absolutely no reason why your specific romantic interest can't conform to make that romantic situation happen. But what it takes is a flip of that script. No doubting whether it's going to happen, no questioning when or how it's going to happen, no talking about how it's not happening, no dwelling in an "oh woe is me, it's not happening right now" state, because these things are making them conform to the wrong story. They're still conforming to your story, just not the one that you want. So it takes understanding that. It takes dropping all of that shit because it's not benefiting you, taking yourself out of the victim mentality, taking yourself out of the oh woe is me standpoint, and actually getting your manifestation. Be vigilant with your thinking. Be vigilant with your affirmations. Be vigilant with your visualizations. I can sit here and confidently list off plenty of times when specific people have conformed to my thoughts, whether it's my mum, romantic interests, Katie, people I was just chatting to here and there, managers. I could literally do an entire 30-minute video of me just going over stories where I have evidence of this. But I want you to be able to pop up to me with your story because you've actually put in the work and actually changed that script. Anytime you experience something undesirable, anytime a thought comes up, remember it's all painting a picture to your subconscious mind's canvas. Are you painting the right one? Are you using the correct colors? Are you painting the correct imagery? If the answer is no, because you're focusing on the lack of what you want or how everything is going wrong or how you still don't have your thing, consider whether or not you want to keep going down that route. If the answer is no, remind yourself of that image and paint the one you want to experience, because your specific person has to conform. But they only conform to what you tell them to conform to. Now you can do ask-formations, you can do visualizations, you can do affirmations, you can do anything else. But as long as it's the story that's correct, that's all that matters, not the route that you go about it. So I really hope this video has helped. I really hope it's given you some ideas. But thank you so much for signing into today's video. I really hope it's been a good one. I hope it's given you that confidence going forward. Remember, all you need to do is flip that script and they have to conform. There's no other choice about it. If you are in need of any of my one-to-one help, down below in the comment section and the description is the link to my link tree, and there you'll find the links to my website. When you go to purchase anything that is on the website, before you click purchase, enter promo code 10k subs in all capital letters, and that will give you 10% off of every item that's in that basket, which could potentially save you a whole lot of money. The membership is also down below in that same link tree, and it is currently discounted by 10%, so sign up now and that will be your price until you decide to cancel it. There's tons of amazing stuff on there, including the full Manifest Your Expat guide, which is an hour and 40-minute long, packed full of information that will help you get your specific person. Grab the ebook, sign up to or follow my socials, and I look forward to seeing all you lovely people in the next one.